Connecting to cloud.
There you go.
Okay, now recording it to the cloud. As usual. Oops, that was not what I needed. I can only do so many things at the same time, please.
Hold on, wait, we have plenty of time.
Okay,
Can I just request to everybody? Please keep it sane, please. Please.
We will try our
We
best.
always say.
Might be on that point.
Larry, could you clarify whether if the first vice president
Oh,
does
okay.
start the meeting
For the-
or not?
do we have a?
For him.
Without-
Okay,
Randy, do you have the agenda?
wait, everybody, please, wait one second. We're gonna have challenges, and problems to get at the start of this meeting.
Yeah.
So be ready to take things a little slowly so that everybody understands exactly where we're at. And for that reason. Oh, wait a second, it should come out, okay,
No, it's in the president's, whatever that is.
yeah,
It just says, president's call to order, president's report. It's not formally called an agenda.
Oh, that's-
What it is.
okay,
It's this one. It says FCCJ.
Very nice.
board agenda. That one, pop down.
Motion.
okay.
It's not a.
Okay, people, no, not right now, please. We have a problem. And that deals with bylaw 10-8, which is on the screen. For those. One. Newly elected directors and congees shall take office at the end of the annual general meeting. The annual general meeting was adjourned. What has gone out in notices is for an EGGM, an extraordinary general membership meeting. Which means, under the way it's governed, the 5 directors who were elected at the June meeting are the board. The 2023-2024 board has ended its term. The 2024-2025 board, which currently only has 5 members, is the board. And that is based on paragraph 10-8 of your bylaws, and it also goes to Article 29 of the Articles of Incorporation. Okay,
Does that mean we have no president right now?
we have no president at now.
That's why he is not here.
No, there is no, this is the new, because of paragraph 10-8. Technically, you are the new board. Now, I know there are candidates who have not been elected yet, but there is no provision in there for that.
He can go home.
Well, because we're not.
Okay, now, of the 5 elected, only 4 are in the room at this time. While that is a quorum of the 5 elected, it is not a quorum of a full board.
So
So
we get to go home.
If you want to go home, you can go home. So it, holding a presidential election now would be tentative until the fifth member of the board arrives. And then it would have to be affirmed. Who's the president?
Can we, can we clarify why the president isn't here and when he's coming, or does he intend to come? I mean,
There's no message.
Supposedly he is coming,
Yeah,
from
just
what I
like
heard.
he's Come late from a meeting or something, he's very apologetic.
Yeah.
He'll be here at 30 minutes. So Larry, can I just confirm, subsequent to that, Trini and I are participants in this meeting?
The 5 board members are David McComb, Randy Schmidt, Anthony Rowley, Drini Kikuchi, Dan Sloan.
What's the status of other former board members?
Thank you for your service.
But
Now,
they
can they
stay.
stay?
Yeah.
I would say wait a few minutes until a president is elected, and if whoever is elected says, okay, stay, then the problem is solved. You can stay. No controversy. Otherwise, we can have controversy, and let's take one step at a time, okay? So just wait before you run off.
I have a question.
Yeah. I'll try to answer.
In the past, when we couldn't get the full board elected at the last GMM,
We would,
what,
the procedure that was used was the old board stayed on, the new board came to the meeting, everything was done by consensus, and there was no arguments. Well, if you have looked at any email in the last week, you know that is not the case right now.
we have something where we didn't adjourn, we just continue?
Actually, I looked back at the old minutes
Uh-huh.
for them. They all, the second and third meetings all said extraordinary general membership meeting, which means it was considered to be adjourned. The notice that went out recently to the members about July 23rd was EGGM. That's what I saw. So it's, yes, and so it's adjourned, so that's the breaks.
So were things done improperly last year, in that
They,
the proper way is now we have a board with five members?
yeah, okay, we did it improperly and it was, everybody was agreeing with everybody. So there wasn't a problem,
Yes,
Right.
last year, we had the similar situation
right?
and we went on.
We went on and there was, everything was done by consensus, basically. And you know, those who were elected came if they wanted to, and it worked. It's not working this year.
So last year it was so loose.
So last year you didn't follow the rules.
We technically did not follow the rules. You can blame me if you want to, blame somebody. I should have caught that.
No,
And the year
I don't
before
know.
too.
The year before, I think we were under a different set of rules. Okay. Any other questions?
yes,
Yes.
with regard to electing a new president, we should do that at this meeting, correct?
Excuse me again?
With regard to electing a new president, that should be done at this meeting.
Yes, that has to be done at this meeting. It's a requirement of law.
Okay, and to get the quorum, we need our fifth member, Dave,
Yeah.
to arrive.
Yeah, you can do it informally now, and then when the fifth here, you make it official but we need a chair, and by definition, the president is the chair.
Okay.
Could someone make contact with McCombs and
Can
ask
you give him
him,
a call, please?
I'm telling you.
Randy,
please?
I'm telling you.
You
let
said,
me, what time?
Let's go to it.
okay,
You'll be here at 4:30.
at what time?
4:30.
20 minutes.
So we can.
What do you mean by they can do the election of the president informally?
Yeah.
Well, okay, you've got 4 of the 5 here.
Yes.
You can, to keep get the meeting moving forward, elect a president, confirm it when the 5th person is here, which may mean a revote. I don't know what it's gonna mean. I'm just trying to get us to move forward as quickly as we can.
Should it be a confidential vote or an open vote? How is it done?
That's up,
I think we've done
that's
it
up to the
confidentially.
4 that are here right now to decide. Do you want a ballot, or do you want an open vote?
That's fine.
When you say ballot, you mean secret ballot, of course.
All ballots are secret by
by,
definition.
by paper.
Larry, in light of everything that's been going on lately, are you sure having this vote would not cause problems down the road? Somebody might say that was an illegal.
As long as we confirm it, when the 5th person is here, then it's not a problem.
Just asking.
He knows. More than.
Okay, or otherwise, if you want to sit around until 4:30 and wait, that's up to you. You got to decide that. Dan,
I will run for president.
okay, we have 1 nominee for president,
So does that mean we're going ahead then? Yes?
unless somebody objects.
I have,
Somebody of the 4 or
Somebody of the 4, only the 4 have a vote right now.
No objections.
still question. 23rd, next week,
Yeah,
we will have official elected persons.
right,
We
hopefully.
hopefully, until, so today we will choose the president provisionally or go.
Okay, the president would become president, but the board can order a vote on officers at any time you want. So after the 23rd, at the end of 23rd, the board could meet and say, let's have a reelection of officers. Fine. You can reelect officers at any time. To give you an example of when that happened, in 2015, in September of that month, of that year, the board revoted for president. And James Sims, who had been elected president in July, lost to Dreeny. I was there.
Okay. Is that a hostile situation or?
It was a very hostile situation.
Anyway, right now, if we were to take a vote, we don't need to vote the other officers, just the president.
We definitely need a president, and I would love to have a secretary too.
Larry, but
Okay.
maybe when the 5th one comes, maybe there would be another candidate for a president.
Okay, you got about 14 minutes.
I suggest we
You suggest that what?
we wait for the 5.
Oh,
you
Get the
wait.
quorum, and it's very clear to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
The votes.
I would like to suggest the vote be open, if others agree, rather than a secret ballot. My suggestion.
Okay, well, it's been, 1 member has said wait, so we'll wait
Okay.
until Mr. McClellan gets here.
if he rejects this
Huh?
process.
Why don't we do it next Tuesday?
I'm just gonna get some blank paper in case we need to do.
No, because we need a new board.
Huh?
We need to do it today.
Why do we have to go
Yeah.
It's a requirement of law, requirement of the law.
What does it say now? That we have to take the vote today?
Because we are meeting after the election.
The directors shall immediately elect officers as required by Article 26(2) of the Articles of Association. Right there on the screen.
So technically, we should have done it at the end of the EPM.
You're right. Blame me for screwing that up.
Now, Larry, if the fifth member of the new board rejected all of this, like,
No, it doesn't matter.
The
that's the
rule,
quorum,
as
is the quorum
I think
impacted by
yeah.
that?
long as he's in the room, he's part of the quorum.
If you run away suddenly.
Yeah, the rule is right there in the bylaws.
Larry, newbie question here.
Yeah,
So in the vote next vote we do for president, the old board members will not be voting.
will not be voting.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yep, only the five,
I'll be there in spirit.
only the five have a vote.
Sir, thank you.
1, 2.
Four, yeah, there are four members.
Four right now, and Dave would be five.
Ah, I see. So we should be,
Simon Side to push, but is it possible to call him and say, you know, presence is urgent?
Yeah,
That's okay.
I told him,
I think we should do.
Yeah.
he told me he'll be here, you know, later.
Participation in the office.
Yeah, he's never been late before, I think.
Maybe writing too many emails.
Well, since we have time, I just want to say it's been an absolute pleasure working on the board this past year.
It is.
I'm so proud to have been a part of it, and I learned a lot. It was a great honor.
Thank God.
Secretary of one of the greatest groups in the world.
so we appreciate. One thing I want to ask,
Yeah,
there has been email from Roger talking about Dan's qualifications. How are we going to handle that?
Yeah, should we wait?
you cannot handle that.
We
Only the election committee
It's okay, but
can handle that.
it doesn't-
They made their ruling that he's fine. Rulings of the election committee are final.
and have they said, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, as far as I know, they said, okay.
I didn't see
He
any,
qualifies on the basis of his
Yeah.
many years in journalism.
sorry?
He qualifies on the basis of his many years of being a journalist.
So-
He was a journalist long enough in his life to be considered a lifetime.
But nobody has responded to Roger's mail like that. So that's why I'm
Yeah, I
asking.
don't-
I don't think you need to.
Because you receive an email, doesn't mean you have to respond, and often it's better not to respond.
We
That's
replied,
not
we
fair.
replied to that email a couple of weeks ago, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
And we replied
from-
and said that Dan qualifies because he's an experienced journalist.
Larry, you think so?
The proper response would only be from the election committee. They're the only one that can respond.
And the election committee said, okay.
As far as I know, they said, okay, he was on the ballot.
If the president doesn't show, or if President Coombs does not show up today, what?
But we wait till 4:30, and if he doesn't,
He'll
we
be
take
there.
a vote.
4:32, 4:32, if he's not here, we
Okay,
vote with that.
Randy,
2-minute grace period after being
Okay.
30 minutes late. How's that?
good.
And if anybody ever tells you the parliamentary's job is easy, hit them in the head.
You solve marriage problems
Huh?
like that.
What?
You can solve marriage problems.
Marriage counselor, Larry.
I wouldn't, my advice is marriage counsel.
Yeah.
Drinks, I can get drunk.
Hey,
myself.
for this.
This is really, oh, okay, I owe everybody in here a drink and a very big apology I have no legitimate excuse, other than that, I was spending too much time writing the president's statement.
Okay,
Let's
Dave,
get started.
Dave,
Big update for you.
sit down.
Larry, don't tell me what to do.
Let me catch you up on what,
What? No, please, please. I'm gonna do the meeting here, and I really don't want you to say anything to me at all. I don't want you,
there is, you are not the president right now.
I am the president,
No, you're not.
Dave,
Yes, I am.
just listen.
Look at the Bible.
okay?
Newly elected directors and kanjis shall take office at the end of the annual general meeting. The annual general meeting was adjourned. That means the 5 elected are the current board. The 2023-2024 board has finished its term. The 2024-2025 board has started its term.
Based on what? There is no board. The board was not formed. That's very clear. There was no
No.
board.
It says
Why?
newly elected directors and kanji shall take office at the end of the annual general meeting. The annual general meeting was adjourned. It's finished.
So if we didn't adjourn.
Yeah, we didn't adjourn.
You did adjourn. I was there. You adjourned.
We did.
This current meeting that's come up is already called the extraordinary general membership meeting.
This is not a membership meeting. This is a board meeting.
I said the one coming up on the 23rd has already been labeled to the members as an extraordinary general membership meeting.
So Larry, I just want.
In the past,
Go ahead.
the meeting when the election has not been completed has always been labeled an extraordinary general membership meeting, which means that the annual generalship meeting closed, finished.
Want to do this, when we go through, we're gonna see you're totally contradicted. We're gonna go through this and you're gonna be blown away. You're gonna be destroyed.
I ain't gonna be blown away because I know what I'm talking about.
You don't. You're raising your voice, not necessary. Please do not raise your voice. Let's go through this like individuals who understand the language and can read it, okay? Now,
Right, there's the language.
let's continue. Let us continue. That's vague because it doesn't address the whole issue that a board was not seated, because a board was not seated. Is anyone gonna disagree on whether a board was seated? Dan, you can't speak.
No, I cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I can. You have no right to tell people what they can and can't do, including the parliamentary. So please.
No, I'm just gonna walk out. No, if you guys,
That's fine.
if you don't let me speak, I'll just walk out. You
We're
know,
gonna vote. I move the question. We vote on president.
We have at least one nomination among the 5 for president.
there's no board.
There is a board, whether
There is
you
no
like it or
board.
not.
Okay, let's go through the bylaw. Let's go to the bylaws. The bylaws contain clear provisions calling for an interim board meeting at which any decisions are subject to review of the new board. Right? Is that clear or not? That is clearly, why is that necessary? Why is that clause even in there? It's in there for a reason.
Look at the interim, it says, if there was not a quorum,
There
you
was not
have
a
the
quorum.
interim board.
No, listen, let's go to that part of the bylaws. Let's go to the part of the bylaws where it says.
And find it, where is it?
Let me get my bylaws up here.
I've got the Bibles in my bag.
I still don't understand. Oh, cousin.
Larry,
Yeah.
I have a question when you.
See, Khaldoon, myself,
10-8, is that correct?
Tiger, we cannot vote.
What?
Shall I read 10-8? Is that what people want? I think.
So if you
Might
don't, if you just leave the meeting, we won't have a quorum, so we cannot vote.
Yeah, maybe I'll just leave the meeting. I got stuff to do. I'm not gonna sit for this. This won't, if you guys do this, do you understand what will happen? I'll go to the cabinet office. I'm already writing a manga about this. Everybody will see it. They'll know. Everybody will know what happened here. You're not gonna do this and walk away, right, unscathed. The cabinet office will be involved, and especially because what was the inciting incident? A performance review of this guy.
Yes.
That's the inciting incident, including, and that performance review includes details about misspending club money, right? And then after all of that, this guy comes and totally misinterprets bylaws to try to create something where I'm voted out as president. I'm so glad that that was the first thing that happened when I walked in the room. I was trying to be, and I'm so glad that this is the first thing you did. This is all on the record. The first thing you did was call on a vote to get rid of me. Think how that looks. You never think about these things like ahead. He did. He raised his hand and he said, let's vote for the president.
I said I'm running for president before you arrived. You are not apologetic about the fact that you can send 50 emails in a week and you can't be here on time for a meeting that all of us are here for. Sir, you need to be professional and you have to observe the parliamentarian's approach.
I do not
Here.
I do not have to observe what the,
You can walk if
you can
want.
recommend things. I don't have to observe anything. But listen,
You don't
Just-
threaten anybody.
just,
Oh, you're a human time bomb, you're gonna go to the cabinet office? Go,
Go.
Dave, go,
Care.
go.
Dan, just.
All right.
yeah, you're disrupting the meeting.
No, he threatened
Just
to go
he
to the
threatened
cabinet
us.
office.
Come on.
Is that a threat?
Dave,
Wait,
You
No.
come.
okay, so you feel threatened, by that, do you really? Do you feel threatened by that?
Huh?
A simple question, do you feel threatened
I
by
think you're not a leader, I think you're a terrorist, that's what I think.
Dave, just
terrorist?
look, we don't need any more arguments.
Dan, this
If
is
you-
my time.
if
to
you
know
walk
that
out-
I'm Muslim. I am a terrorist.
If you walk out, we won't have a quorum and we won't have a vote. That's.
Okay, I'll do that at some point, so that's one option, Milton has come up with a smart option, and I will do that, I'll just walk out.
Because people are just arguing too much.
Yeah.
Come on.
They're incapable. So there's nothing gonna happen here. Why don't we talk about Wayne's performance issues?
Hmm.
Why don't we do that?
Absolutely not.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk about Wayne's performance issues. But Wayne, why are you
We
here?
are required by law.
If you walk out. we
There's
won't
no
have a
law
quorum.
here. Come on, are you kidding? Bylaws? You're required by bylaws to do what? What are you required by bylaws to do? Anything we decide will be reviewed. There's a reason for that. There's a reason that the bylaws can include a provision to review decisions of interim board meetings. That provision is for exactly this scenario. That's the reason. If this scenario were not how the club operates, that provision would not be in the bylaws. That is very clear. We know that.
Larry, please decide. Is it board meeting, old board or new board? So let's cut this.
Others, I have
You can-
read the bylaws and
Okay.
stuff,
Advise.
it's the new board.
Okay, this is a
And
new
I
board
don't
now.
I don't-
We have no say all board members, right?
Yep.
So we will shut up basically. Now only the new board members has to
Wait,
decide.
wait. So there's only 2 new board members?
No, there are 5 now board members.
Five members.
Please decide whatever you want and let us go home. We are so busy. This is new board. We are observers here.
I have 9 board yet.
No, it's 5 is enough.
And no,
5 is enough. He said 5.
Under the quorum of the.
Quorum is 5, finished.
23rd,
No, it's 5 is enough, finished. 5 is enough. Please, you 5, decide the future of the board. Thank you. I'm busy now. I have to go. We finished. We all members finished.
No shouting.
Please decide.
Don't shout.
Sorry, I'm just trying to
Mr. Parliament.
train my voice.
it's not fair.
I moved the question, which is electing a new chair, new president. And nominations
Okay.
are open.
Yeah, it's
Nominating
recorded. This is the
myself.
first thing that happened. This is, okay, I want everyone, before you vote for president, I want to be very clear about something. And that is that what's going on here is clearly a coup. This is a coup to try to overthrow a president because that president challenged the performance of the general manager. And he challenged it in ways that related to the spending of that president, and also the way his bonus was calculated, which are directly affecting the financial operations of the club. Okay, and there are other issues as well, but keep in mind that this all happened because of that. The inciting incident of this was very clearly Wayne Hunter's response to being questioned about his performance. Right? Are we all agreed on that? That was the inciting incident. That is why we are all here now.
We are not all agreed about that. We are agreed that we have to establish a new functional board to get on with it. Hopefully.
Any other nominations? For president?
I nominate myself. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna participate. I'm just gonna leave before there's a vote.
That's
And then there
right.
won't be a quorum.
That's right.
If you guys really want that, I'll sit here and talk. If you guys want to talk through Wayne's issues, because he's in
We
trouble.
don't want to talk.
I can help Wayne.
No,
He's in trouble.
I would like to say.
Okay, he's in trouble, and if I think there's no quorum, right? If you say one more word, I'm walking out.
If I
One more
want,
word, say one
What does
more
that
word,
mean?
I'm out.
So anyone participates, you're gonna go? Is that your approach? Good, Dave, please. Let the door.
You
hit
guys
your
are
ass
just gonna get
hard.
this. You're not gonna get this. I'm walking out. I think Milton, you're smart, Milton. I owe you.
Just.
I'm here,
Be cool.
I'm here to talk
Fine.
about.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Mel.
I'm here to talk about Wayne's performance. If you want to do that, I'll do it. But if you want to talk about like a coup to throw me out as president, it's not gonna happen.
If we don't keep our cool, nothing's gonna happen. And that's why we shouldn't even have a vote or anything.
Dave, it isn't a coup, it's following
Be-
procedure,
be-
not a coup.
Dave,
Be cool.
please, you guys, give us a few more minutes.
I don't have voting right, right? today?
You're taking it, we're not elected yet.
That's why.
That's
We should
why,
have full vote.
like, so you feel like, hey, what is this? It's ridiculous.
Anybody haven't pointed a finger yet? I mean,
Even me.
yeah.
What's that?
I
whole thing is like-
would want to be able to elect a president or the first vice president. But I'm not elected yet.
I understand.
Why can't we wait till next Tuesday?
Yes, yes,
Like we did the year before?
yes.
Hmm.
We,
There's-
we had a.
What's the difference?
Bill, I mean, in my opinion, that's fine. We won't have we will have nobody to chair this meeting, so can we
And yeah,
defer
having-
to the
Well-
parliamentarian chairing this meeting in lieu of that?
Parliamentary can't chair the meeting. I could be in the meeting and I can adjourn it. And this meeting will be
You
adjourned.
don't have a position anymore.
You cannot automatically.
All of the sudden, last
Not
week,
your
Power.
Who can adjourn the meeting? Who's the chair of this meeting?
That's what we were trying to establish
Okay,
before
so-
you
No, I
threatened to leave.
convened the meeting. Who convened the meeting?
The
Nobody.
former president.
The former president has no power to convene a meeting.
When the time for a meeting arrives, any member of that body has the right
I
to
just,
declare the meeting open.
I just want to say, last year, we were able to continue to have board meeting until the election is formalized.
And who
But-
presided over that meeting? Who was the president at that meeting? Mr. Peter Elstrom
That's right.
was the president of that meeting. And the year before that, I was also on the board. The exact same thing happened. Who was the president at that meeting?
Exactly.
Who was,
Why did-
Isabel Reynolds, that was the person who presided over that meeting. It's happened year after year after year, and now you guys are trying to do this. You are not gonna get away with this. Please step away from your delusion, Anthony and Dan.
You're
You
delusional.
were totally delusional. This is not going to happen.
Hmm.
This is
You're the
gonna be
one
very
accusing
serious.
everybody on email of everything under the sun.
That's not fair, anyway.
Yeah,
Okay, well, not only did I accuse him, I'm gonna make it stick. It is going to stick. Okay? You consider going to the cabinet office a threat. Well, it's a promise. It's not a threat. It's
Dave.
going to happen.
Dave, what you did was harassment. And that is the issue, really. It's not all of this other
If you
stuff.
want to talk about that, that's fine. But if you want to.
I absolutely would, because I think.
As soon as you acknowledge that I'm the president and I preside over this meeting, we'll continue. If you cannot acknowledge that, and you just want to disrupt the meeting and say it's about voting a president, I'll leave.
Can I say something? I endured a week of emails, and this conversation is like email in real life, and I don't like it, and
Yeah.
it's insulting,
What would you
and
like me to do? Anthony?
I thought we were gonna have a meeting, we're gonna vote on
No,
things,
I'm
we have an
asking you,
agenda here.
What would you like me to do?
Well,
But
first,
we have to decide on a president.
I can't say that, Dave, I can't say what I would like you to do. But we do have these reports that we have to get through, and I'm gonna have a hell of a lot of minutes to go through
Okay,
again.
In your view, who should preside over this meeting?
Well, I think
Good question.
you could possibly,
Good question.
you could possibly preside over a meeting if you agree that there will be no discussion of the issues between you and the GM, and that issue
We can't have a meeting. We can't.
will.
We have to elect the chair of the new board.
Well, then that's,
Who will run the meeting.
It's not been elected, there's no.
No, we have, this is what.
Yes,
I'm
you said there's no.
There's
I
no,
follow
But that's what you pray for.
there's no, why is Kelvin even here?
No, these
No,
are.
I'm a resident.
Question.
I'm observer now. It's a new board.
And who
That's what
elected you?
happened.
I'm not an observer, I'm doing secretary duties here, so I'm still here.
I'm elected as well. No position here.
I'm still here.
I was invited to board meetings by, an email from Dave McComb. Oh, please come to all board meetings because we need your help. You were the one who did it, so don't.
Okay, whatever, Larry,
So-
whatever, Larry, you're unelected, you have no power, you can consult, but you don't have any power to make any decisions.
I have not made any decision.
Dave,
Okay, so I can stay, but only if this is a board meeting. And that I'm still the president, and what are you afraid I'm gonna do? What are you afraid of? Please tell me that, Dan, what are you afraid is gonna happen if I chair this meeting? What are you afraid of?
I think you're going to try to, instead of, as Anthony suggested, go through the committee reports that we need to process and get done this month, you're going to put, as you did in the agenda, the issue very subjective, very controversial at the top of the agenda, so we'll never get to other issues. I don't care if you put that at the bottom, great, but at least we'll have some productivity out of this meeting.
Dan, you signed a letter saying this has to be at the top of the agenda.
No, because
You signed a letter saying.
because the first thing that's happened is, because of what you did, you are not president anymore. You should get that straight.
Well, because of what I did, I should not be president.
Is that true, parliamentarian, is that true?
But I
He
think
got
that's-
voted out.
I got voted out.
No,
No,
he is not president because,
we have no president right now.
We have no president, you're right.
because the new directors have not elected a president yet.
Parliamentary.
you're the
Please,
caretaker. board.
please cut that
All right,
discussion.
hold on. I'll say something, I'll just reiterate, summarize what Larry said, if I understand everything correctly. If everything about the bylaws that Larry just said is correct, then there's like two choices right now. You stay, 5 people vote for a president. Or you leave and we vote for a president
Next Tuesday.
on Tuesday with perhaps more members to vote.
Okay,
No.
does anyone here want to be, have on their record an attempt to elect a board, to elect a president without a board? Because we have 4 open seats, well, 3, we have 3 open seats. Let me finish.
You want-
I'd like to see a hand.
If you're not gonna vote, then we're,
I
yeah,
don't have a vote.
I see.
You do, you're part of this board.
No.
It's not,
No.
come on.
We're
You're
done.
part of the board.
We're done.
We're not elected
Yeah.
unless people can recognize that we're a caretaker board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
But
we
we
are.
are not. He said we are not.
I didn't say we're not. I said we're a board. We are
Exactly,
the
yeah.
board, and this is an interim meeting. We are the sitting board. We have all been elected, all of us, right? We have been elected by the members, and our term, it has had to be extended because a new board was not formed.
That's right,
I think we're all in agreement that a new board has not been formed. Is that correct?
exactly.
Is everybody in agreement that a new board has not been formed?
No, I
Right?
don't agree. It says paragraph 10A, no, sentence 1 says newly elected directors of Kanji shall take office at the end of the annual general meeting. Well, take office presumably
Yeah,
means that they're in
exactly. We
office,
have a
they're
quorum.
certain members of the board.
Well, why didn't we vote for president then at the GMM?
Oh, that's a good question. As the Kanji explained, as the Prime Minister explained, in the past, all this has been done by consensus, and it was agreed that, well, actually, like, actually.
You got an answer for that?
Explain it, then I then.
You were at the GMM. right, Larry?
It was
Mhm.
on Zoom.
You were on Zoom. Why didn't you say, hey, you guys got elected a president, the other board is gone?
Well,
And why didn't you say that last
before
year?
you came.
And the year
Before
before.
you came, the parliamentarian had already made a statement. Could you repeat your statement, Larry, what happened in previous years?
Previous boards, consensus was reached,
Consensus.
and on the interim meetings, consensus was that those elected could attend. Voting was basically done by consensus. If anything was done. But this time it has become absolutely acrimonious with the
There's nothing to do. with the
yelling
bylaws.
and charges put out
Nothing to
by
do with
the former
bylaws.
president.
Can you listen?
Okay, it's acrimonious. What else you got? So because it's acrimonious, we.
Let him
Can you
finish.
listen?
You made the system fail. You made what was traditionally done fail horribly. And that's fully your fault. And if you don't want to take it,
What about this guy?
crap.
What about this guy? He accused me of.
It's not the case, please. The case now is you elect the president or let us go.
Do you think any of this would have happened if
I don't know.
if there wasn't this message called matters that said there were legal and ethical issues?
Yeah.
Can they
Right.
vote down?
Would any of this have happened? Would I have
To
done
them.
anything at all?
I
Up
don't.
to
I've
them.
been president.
Have the discussion, please.
I've been
Decide
president
whatever
for
you
12
want.
months.
I'm sorry?
You are here.
So let me
You go.
say something, and obviously it looks like.
No need for discussion. We're repeating our
Michael
stuff.
Simon's gone. But I will say this for Milton, Anthony and, Khaldun and those that, are still on the board.
It's not right.
All board.
I truly appreciate, Milton's desire to have people who have been elected be part of a process to elect a president.
Exactly.
I think that's fair and it will not cause us headaches in the future.
Why should it?
Yeah, all right, so we don't need, in my opinion, we don't need to do that, but we will not, unless we come up with some framework, we will not have a functional chair, because it's not this gentleman. We will not have a functional chair for this meeting. Therefore, I would say we, by acclaim or we accept all committee reports as written without discussion and we adjourn.
There's at least one motion in one of those.
You don't have a quorum.
Yes, we do.
We have 5 people here.
No, I'm leaving.
Okay,
You're here.
But you're here right now.
You're here in the room.
By the way,
Okay.
Larry,
One more chance. If you want to talk about what actually happened.
get it.
So
If you want to talk about, one more chance, just let me, give me
I'm
60 seconds.
giving you an out for everybody. Come on. Let's grow up here.
yeah, agreed, Milton. So we vote next Tuesday, but we approve these committee reports today, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to approve these committees report. His report is.
Then
full
it's a
of representation.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
All right.
Remember-
I gave you guys a shot. I gave you a shot and,
Just.
and it's not a threat that I'll go to the cabinet office. It won't just be the cabinet office.
Okay.
There's so many things, and with your candidacy, Dan, I mean, come on, this is gonna be really bad for the club. I'm not gonna let it stand. I'm gonna make sure it happens. This will follow your reputation for the rest of your life.
Dave,
Like what happened here?
Just leave.
Trying to get other people.
they can't vote for me. Right?
We know what happened.
They have to decide what they're gonna
Yeah.
do.
Thank you.
For four people. Please finish it.
So
Thanks.
let's do.
Your choice.
Okay, for members of new board, you can't vote, so without the forum.
See ya.
Yeah, but,
approval of committee reports.
Wait a minute, Dan, be careful.
yeah.
In
Have you read
one report, the ITPC report, there is a
Just forget
motion
about
to
that.
make somebody a regular member.
We can
And as
approve
far
all.
as I know, that person is not a journalist at all.
According to the membership committee also.
Yeah, in the freedom of the press report, there is a motion to add a clause about,
At the request of the cabinet. Conflict of interest.
conflict of interest.
Anyway,
Okay,
it's
so
okay, that's all business.
can we defer approval of the minutes of the committee reports until the next meeting? Can
Yeah,
we?
you can do.
Yes.
Okay, so we won't even vote.
So,
Yeah.
look, he said in the beginning, you can vote for a new president. He said,
Let's not do that. Let's wait till
That's
Tuesday,
right.
like I told Bill.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
all right.
Yeah, and we might have more, hopefully more members. that can vote.
Let's defer consideration of the reports until the next meeting.
Okay, fair enough. So we basically
So
adjourned.
if I stay, do I get to vote for these, motions or?
No, you go.
Well, we're not, nobody's gonna vote on them. Actually, we're gonna wait till Tuesday.
Oh, you will be elected, so vote
Yeah,
next.
but next Tuesday.
Yeah, you-
we'll all vote. Yeah. Right.
who knows who's going to vote for
Yeah, exactly.
next Tuesday?
Is this meeting adjourned?
Yes.
Can I just ask one more?
Yes, yes.
Okay, please.
So what does adjourn mean? We adjourned the AGM. That means suspended it.
No, end it. Adjourn means end.
But so
Here it
this
says
question is,
suspend.
what does it mean for this board meeting? Do we pick it up on Tuesday night, which I think we have to?
Yeah, you're gonna have to on Tuesday night.
Yeah. So this one is continued.
Yeah.
No,
It's not, well, no, you're not. There will be a new,
Is it over?
Yeah.
Is this over?
I don't think so.
I think, get this
I've never had
one
a
with,
board meeting go to part two.
yeah,
Round two.
yeah.
Okay.
No, so, wait.
Definitely the cabinet office doesn't like part twos.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, so
You have to come.
in this one, then on the 23rd, you're gonna have to,
You got to get-
assuming people get elected, you'll have to have a meeting at the end of the EGM.
So the AGM has been ended, the one we held 2 weeks ago? Yes.
Yeah,
Not adjourned, because you said it was adjourned.
he adjourned, which means ended.
Over.
Adjourned means over, finished, done.
It doesn't, according to some of the dictionary.
If you adjourned to a continued meeting, that's a different wording.
So which is it, adjourned or adjourned to?
It adjourned. As far as I can see, especially since they have named this next meeting in July as an EGMM.
Because most of the meetings I can see are saying it's suspended or postponed. So I'm just,
Yes.
I'll just be ready for next Tuesday in case this comes up.
Simon, are you looking at that Robert's rules or is the general?
Or involved in this meeting next week.
You should look at Robert's rules about adjourning.
Okay.
Is it in there?
The library, yes, the library has a copy.
Should I come to that next meeting or?
Yeah.
I don't know if you might participate. in
All right, so
that.
I think it's a good question. So let's just put this in context. Anthony, because this meeting technically is not over, but the EGMM is tied to this next meeting, the existing board, in this case, Anthony, who came in as secretary, recording meetings, minutes, until he's got a successor, should be recording the minutes for that meeting, correct?
May I suggest something?
Okay,
When I came in, I was.
wait a minute, question,
We
Anthony,
started when we elected the guy out of the room.
Yeah.
Said, okay, you're gonna be the secretary. And then he was responsible for taking the minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nobody else
That's right.
showed up and pushing me
So,
on the back. You voted on it right then.
So, you don't need to do it. All right, fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony, you are a regular member, right?
He's a regular member.
Larry,
Yeah.
Yes, I am a regular member.
Okay, okay. For general membership meetings, the only thing listed is the president presiding. And then,
Oh, so who's going to preside on Tuesday?
Yeah. Last time it was.
then the board decides who presides. And, somebody should be appointed secretary for that meeting.
Yeah, okay,
Traditionally, it's been the secretary, but
okay.
Larry, apart from choosing new officers at the next meeting on the 23rd, does the board that meets then the new board have to approve the committee reports on that same night?
No.
No.
No. Basically, on that night, you're electing your officers, and then who's ever president gets to work their butt off, deciding on committee chairs, board liaisons, and the like,
Okay.
to
so
report at the
I
next.
think the question that was raised though is, who will preside over Tuesday's meeting?
Yeah, let's just get some straight answers.
Election committee gives the result and then
And then we come in here.
And then it's
And
done.
then we decide who
Yeah.
decides.
But doesn't someone have to open the meeting who is in effect chair at that moment?
No,
No?
if you're a member of a meeting and the chair doesn't show up on time,
It doesn't exist. Yeah,
somebody can say, call the meeting to order. And if nobody objects, the meeting is called to order. And if somebody objects, you take a vote and the meeting is called to order.
Well, I volunteer to do that
Okay.
On Tuesday,
on Tuesday.
yeah.
Tuesday. What do I have on Tuesday?
you have an
Well,
EGMM on Tuesday,
one-
Larry, please don't forget.
No, but I know there's something
I'll
else.
come and pick you up.
Larry, you said at the very beginning
I
that,
come all the way to site.
Shut up.
Larry, you said at the very beginning
It wouldn't hurt.
that 4 members can vote,
I think this means membership.
right? If they want.
If they want, they decided they didn't want to.
You're killing it, wait.
So if they vote,
Email.
what happens?
All right, is the meeting over, ladies and gentlemen?